We begin this morning talking about the impact of OSU's wheat improvement team financially on the state of Oklahoma with Dr. Eric DeVuyst, who is an OSU Extension ag economist. And Eric, you and the team have studied this for a while now. Kind of talk about some of the reasons why you looked into this.
Well, it actually started out of another project that our colleague Dayton Lambert and I had, and we approached Brett Carver on it. And while we were talking about that project, the question came up, has anybody ever analyzed the impact of the Oklahoma Wheat Improvement Team on Oklahoma agriculture, and particularly the wheat producers here in this state? And the answer was no. And we hummed and hawed and decided, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. And a day later, Dayton and I said, we can do this. And so starting in December, we just started rolling with this project.
Lots of research, of course, on the yield and protein value and a lot of other aspects, right, of the agronomy part of things.
Right.
But this economic part, how did you even begin to set up a study like that, and what were you hoping to find?
So, well, obviously we wanted to measure first, how are yields affected in the state by OSU wheat variety adoption, and how is the variability of yield affected, and then how do we translate that into dollars? And so that was our primary concern. Fortunately, USDA Ag Marketing Service does surveys out there in the state to ask producers, what are you growing? What varieties are they growing? And so we had good data that spans 17 years, and so we were able to use statistical techniques called regression modeling, where we went in and we were able to ferret out the impact of these OSU varieties.
I know there's a lot to this study, but what is the kind of the big takeaway for SUNUP viewers at this stage?
So what we found is that for every additional 1% of Oklahoma acres planted to OSU wheat varieties, we saw a 0.78 bushel increase in wheat yields on average across the study years and across the state. And so, although that seems like a modest increase, it's non-trivial. It was statistically significant. And then the other piece that really shocked us was how variance decreased. And so what we're talking about is the range of values which wheat yield bounces between year to year. And so a 1% increase in the use of OSU wheat varieties resulted in a 5 bushel decrease in the variance of those wheat yields. That's a substantial decrease in the risk that producers face. So then we put dollars to it. We wanted to analyze what does that mean in terms of added revenue to Oklahoma producers. And so what it came down to was about $4.6 million per year that were added to the state's economy in terms of wheat revenue. And over the study period, that was about $78 million in total that the wheat improvement team can account for during that 17-year period. And when we analyze then how much the wheat improvement team spends to get that impact, you end up somewhere around $525,000 a year to do that. And so you're looking at about an 8-to-1 return on investment for the money that's put into the program versus the revenue that's generated by Oklahoma wheat producers using those OSU varieties.
And you and the team are going to have more information published soon on the Extension website and also academic publications,
yes,
correct?
So Dayton Lambert, my colleague in Ag Econ, Brent Carver, and I, we have a fact sheet which is being revised and should be completed and published soon. And of course, we have academic publications going to professional journals.
Well, great information, fascinating study. Best of luck to you, Dr. Lambert and Dr. Carver, as you continue.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Eric.